Hi everyone, my name is Samantha and I'm going to tell you how a harmless toy almost made me go nuts and killed me. But before that, please subscribe to our channel. It really motivates us creating new stories for you. As long as I can remember, I've always been overweight. I can't say I was fat, but I wasn't skinny either. Deep down, I wanted to become a model, walk the runway and star different commercials, but my love for sweets was stronger. I simply adored sweets, cake, and ice cream. Even though I know it was bad for my figure, I can't do anything about it. By the way, let me know in the comments what kind of sweets you love the most. For me, it must be Twix bar. I always felt insecure about my figure, but my mom always supported me and said that I was the prettiest. However, the boys at school didn't think so at all. One day, at a break, I opened my lunchbox with banana jelly in it. Delicious. As I began to eat it, I noticed the taste was unusual. Perhaps the manufacturer changed something in the recipe, but definitely for the better. I was eating with an appetite, but then I saw everyone in class staring at me. I got a little uncomfortable. Do I look dirty or just ridiculous? That moment, Edward, the boy who's been bullying me since first grade, began laughing and pointing his finger at me. She ate a whole slime! That fat girl doesn't care what she eats! After these words, the whole class was laughing. Turned out, after I went to the bathroom, Edward took my jelly from the lunchbox and put a slime instead. I hate the stupid jokes. I felt so ashamed. I took my stuff and ran from the school in tears. Hit like button if there are jerks like Edward in your class as well. My mom understood that something happened but didn't bother me with her questions, which I'm very grateful for. I spent the rest of the night crying, watching my favorite TV show and devouring tons of sweets. When I ate everything, I felt even worse. I searched the whole house but didn't find anything. And then I found this half-eaten jelly, or rather slime. Please don't think I'm some kind of glutton, but at that moment I literally could eat anything. I devoured it within seconds, and the taste was surprisingly excellent. I didn't feel sick of it, but I'll say for the future, don't try to eat it. It's not going to end up well. I realized that I wanted more and headed up to the nearest shop. There was a whole machine with slimes. I got myself a variety of colors to try, and I was surprised to find that the tastes were different. Some tasted like lime, some tasted like Coca-Cola, and some tasted like chocolate. I guess I found my new favorite treat. I brought a couple of these jars to school and ate it on break in the bathroom so no one would see. Oh, God, these tastes were driving me crazy. Soon my entire lunchbox reminded me of a set of slimes because other sweets had no interest to me. Aside from the taste, I noticed I was losing weight quickly. My cheekbones defined, and I got a gap between my legs. I couldn't be happier because boys began to show signs of attention to me. One would hold the door for me. The other would help me carry my books home or sit next to me in the cafeteria. I couldn't imagine something like this before. Many girls would ask me what kind of diet I was on. I had to lie and tell them I don't eat after 6 p.m. and jog every day. Or what should I say? I eat slimes? The only person who wasn't thrilled with my new look was my mother. She was worried about my sudden thinness, and that I wasn't eating anything. She even suspected me of bulimia. Google it if you don't know what it is. I don't want you to starve yourself for someone else's approval. It's okay, I just don't want to eat. Maybe we should see a doctor. Sudden appetite loss is not okay. Don't worry, Mom, I feel great. I kept losing about 2 pounds a day, if not more. And of course I wanted to brag with my new body, so I began posting a bunch of photos on Instagram. I was flattered by the large number of likes. But the coolest thing was that a model agency contacted me. They offered to sign a contract with them and to participate in various photo shoots and shows. I couldn't believe my dream came true. Soon, my face was on many billboards and advertisements in the city. In school, I became Miss Popularity. There was only one problem. I had a lot of slime jars piled up around the house, and Mom quickly figured out what was going on. Samantha, are you eating this crap? No, of course not. I just like to play with them. They relieve stress. So why are there no slimes inside but empty jars only? I got confused and didn't know what to say. Mom always knew when I was lying. I couldn't think of anything better to do than to get out of the house without saying a word, because I was late for my date. Oh, I forgot to tell you that Edward invited me to the cafe. Yeah, I know, he's a jerk, but he's also a handsome guy in our class, so how could I say no? Besides, he stopped joking around with me and began complimenting me instead. When I came to the cafe, Edward had already been there for half an hour, but I didn't apologize. Girls like me can afford it. We chatted nicely. He took an interest in my work as a model. He made lots of jokes and ordered delicious meals. Before, I would eat it in a heartbeat. Now, however, I couldn't even touch it. Not because I was ashamed of eating in front of a guy. No. I felt sick from normal food. I had a tiny bite but hardly swallowed it. I'd forgotten what it's like to eat solid food. I was craving for a slime, but I didn't have any on me.
Do you want to order something else?
Can I have a slime? Did I really say it out loud? But Edward thought it was a self-irony, and laughed. For me, it wasn't funny because I began seeing slimes everywhere. On the floor, on the walls, on the ceiling. Edward took my hand.
Are you okay? You seem like you've seen a ghost.
I looked at Edward and saw a huge slime sitting in front of me. It was the last straw. I said I had some urgent business to attend and ran away. I definitely was going nuts and needed to eat slime as soon as possible. Luckily, there was a slime machine nearby, so I grabbed a couple of those. I didn't even try to hide. I was eating it in front of everyone. Edward also saw it. Turned out he was following me. He was shocked.
Are you sick? Why are you eating those?
I didn't care what people were thinking about me. I needed to satisfy the hunger. The hallucinations went away immediately, and I felt great. But it was the moment I realized I had a serious addiction. I hadn't given it much thought, because I had an important fashion show for a popular clothing brand the next day. I didn't want to repeat the same mistake, so I ate a bunch of slimes. Maybe a dozen? I don't know exactly. Only on the runway, I realized that I'd eaten way too many, and I was about to puke. I tried not to think about it, but at the most crucial moment, realized that my legs do not obey me, and fell down. When I tried to stand up, I saw that my limbs had become like rubber. From this horror, I lost consciousness, and this is the last thing I remember. I woke up in the hospital. I saw my mother frightened, and the doctor standing next to her. I was tied to the hospital bed. What's happened? Why am I tied up?
You shouldn't move. Your bones are too weak. Your mom informed us about your unusual diet. You got lucky. It could have ended up much worse. Slimes contain chemical substances that make it soft. These substances broke down the fat in your body, and then took over the bones. A little longer and you would have completely turned into a jelly-like mass. Also, because of the vitamin deficiency, you have psychosis with hallucinations.
Doctor, is she gonna be okay?
We gave her a large dose of calcium. She needs to rest now.
I was in the hospital for a month, and it took me a few more months to fully recover. Even though I gained a couple pounds, I'm glad I was no longer eating this crap. I still work as a model, but I use more traditional methods to stay in shape. Sports and proper food. Of course, it's not easy, but there's no other way. If you like my story, hit the like button and comment, and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any new videos.